take screenshot. Hey, we actually got a arguably better pad for this, because it was a little bit further forward. And before the neutron charge is gone. No, it's not. It's actually the first time in VR in this thing, because I engineered it while doing other stuff. Looks kind of like the Explorer, right? Not that I've been in an Explorer in VR yet. Wow, I've not flown an ASP Explorer since before I had a VR headset. Wow, so in my first 2.5 weeks of playing Elite, I was in an ASP Explorer and then never again. That's quite interesting. Benefit of jumping to a star on the actual route is that I don't have to replot. I think I went with the class 5 booster and a 4 scoop, right? Yeah. For an actual exploration ship I would have done it the other way around, because I value scoop time over like another 1.75 light years or whatever the difference is. But this is not about enjoyment, right? This is about going fast.
This system contains 13 bodies and 4 non-body signals.
3 more jumps even in neutron. But yeah, usually I wouldn't have bothered with the neutron pre-boost, but I ended up flying to Jackson's anyway. Or rather, the route I got to Seoul sent me through Jackson's for the last jump, and I was like, well, why am I not just transferring the ship then? It was running a little hot. But on the plus side, I might. No, the Landy is behind us, right? So there's this notorious system in the bubble, the Landy 25224, I think it is, which has a neutron secondary, and usually it routes you through that. And because for some reason the neutron is considered the primary star, and you jump in on
This
the...
system contains 2 bodies.
No, you jump in on the neutron, and for third-party tools it's considered the primary star, like in the journal and stuff, but on the galaxy map it's a primary class M or something. So if you set your galaxy map to use neutron boosting, it doesn't do that because it doesn't consider the neutron the primary star. Customize setting, disable auto jump after scooping.
No longer auto jumping after fuel scooping.
That's the other thing I need to disable. I remember now. Jump. I don't like Thargoid, they're not nice. Well, I mean, they are nice until you invade their personal space, kick their dog or slap them, right? Or if you take their stuff, that also makes them not nice.
This system contains 10 bodies.
Wait a second, did that just not boost jump me? Yes it did. Weird. It's more jumps than I thought it would be. Technically overheating a little shouldn't matter much because none of those module percentages really matter aside from the FSD. Until they start malfunctioning, that is. All I did was give it a poking with my Gauss cannons. Well... no comment. Man, that dude is so mean! He hit me after I tried stabbing him. Customize setting disable hyperspace dethrottle.
No longer applying hyperspace dethrottle.
That reminds me that I haven't done any work on the voice text stuff for like 3 weeks or 4. At least what it feels like a couple of weeks. Well, that's just great. Why not more brown dwarfs?
This system contains 7 bodies.
That's okay. Need to turn down the transparency on the chat window again, but I'm not going to do that while I'm racing. That's another benefit of CVR/OVR drop over the pinning that the Oculus can do natively. You can actually set transparency for windows, right? Because in Oculus it's always solid, and that makes it hard to see stuff through it, well, for obvious reasons. You love brown dwarfs? I don't know. I'm more into taller women. Wait, one button. This one. So for example, I used to, way back in the day, have chat down there, and that would clip the lower section of that window. And with transparency that doesn't really matter. If it's tuned right. Because I still can't read the info window up top there, because I have a 0.8, I think, alpha window up there for the chat, but it has white background, so it's kind of hard to read at that transparency setting. I might actually fix that when I'm repairing for the first time, because that takes a minute or two anyway. I wish it would tell you the star class in that little pop-out info stuff, or it informs you about security state and yeah, security and state. That's what it does. I think that's it.
This system contains 8 bodies and 3 non-body signals.
By the way, I again did not bother doing a galaxy plotter route. I just took the basic Spanch neutron router route, which is not as optimized for your specific ship. It doesn't factor in refuel stops, but hey, I'm not that serious about it, right? And I only have to beat Hojo's time. That should be possible with a hand down my pants, right? This is just friendly banter, that's not bullying. Friendship drive charging. I was in PlayStation, have some compassion. No! That's your own fault! No compassion there at all. Boo, 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 boo. Battery is not 41%. Interesting. I started at 20. What if you get? What if you got died? Context. Crap. If I get killed, I'm done. I can start again. So have fun hunting me, if that's what you mean. Just wait for me at Seg A and interdict me instantly. You need to kill me faster than I can take a screenshot from my galaxy map, though. You couldn't catch up? Well, of course you can. Just bring a jumper conda, put some lightweight weapons, and you'll have like 15 light years more jump range than I do. I mean, it's not like you need a lot of firepower. I haven't even engineered the hull on this thing. So yeah, 324. That's like, even if you bring lightweight plasmas, just bring 2 large plasmas, that's one volley. And I'm dead. And also, what the fuck? Also, interdiction will pull me out of the galaxy map. How the fuck did you turn me around? That's the first time I've seen that I got completely turned around. It's in the Jetcom stream. In the Jetcom. I guess the less maneuverable your ship is in Super Cruise, the less likely you're to be flipped around in 180 degree. Jump as scout is might have rice paper, that's an understatement. I mean, if I had heavy duty the hull, that would be like 500 armor. That's more than a lot of other ships I've taken to the black. Like the keelback is less sturdy. Oh, the Eagle. I had an Eagle with unengineered hull on distant worlds because I didn't have hull engineering back then. There was 70 points of hull. Or was it 60? No, it's 70. I think. Jump Conda incoming. So what you're saying is I should unfriend you right now. And And then set a stream delay of 5 minutes without telling anyone. How far is that? 4 light seconds, that's a refuel.
Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Come on!
Frame shift drive
Fuck.
supercharged.
I fucked that up. I need to have a constraint in there that I can't be in a map when it throttles me up automatically after supercharging. Oh, I need to put throttle to full on something that doesn't write out a character if it's hit in the text field, like home or end or something. You don't have time anyway. Oh, well done. Ah, that's too bad. I was almost looking forward to it.
Frame shift drive charging.
That was an interesting change in lighting. Orange to red overheat lighting to, hey, there's a blue neutron star. I would so love to though. I once did it for shits and giggles on someone on my friend list who was streaming at the time. He wasn't doing buckyballing, he was just traveling, and I put an interdictor on my jumper conda and jumped out and interdicted him just for seeing the face, you know? It was like 11,000 light years from the bubble and suddenly he got interdicted by a random anaconda.
Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond safety
Ah.
limits. Frame shift drive supercharged. Frame shift drive charging. Three, two, one, engage. Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits.
You know, if you exit spook cruise inside of a jet cone, then you get a plus 1000% range boost. I should try that sometime. I'm not going to do it in a ship that can't boost, so no. I mean, I haven't died in a cone yet, outside of actually trying to die in a cone. That reminds me that I'm still not done editing the neutron escape video. But that had some interesting new things I learned. For example, that neutron cone damage is absolute, so if you have more modules and your modules have more integrity, they will survive longer. So when I dropped in the cone in a sidewinder, I actually lost my power plant.
Frame shift drive supercharged. Frame shift drive
I was lucky that I didn't lose my thrusters or FSC, or I would have died. Also, modular reinforcements don't help. So I assume they're also not helping against heat damage, but I have to test that separately at some point. Which is actually quite easy to test because the actual protection of MRPs will always consume the integrity of the biggest module reinforcement first. So if you put like a class 3, class 2, class 1 module reinforcement on, and they help, you should see your regular modules basically not lose any integrity, and one of the module reinforcements, the biggest one, taking the brunt of the damage. And if all your module reinforcements are roughly equally damaged, that means the module protection doesn't work, because they're just taking the regular damage and not the damage from protecting other modules. Interesting, could you demonstrate like right now? No, I cannot because this ship can't boost, and the one thing that will help you the most in escaping a neutron cone is having perma boost. And probably the one thing that will kill you the most if you drop it to a neutron cone is not being able to boost. Because that is basically the only way you can ever stand a chance of pointing in the right direction to jump out.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
No, 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 no. I hate my missing head switch and that I'm hitting the wrong fucking buttons all the time. Can you show me how to escape without boost? But I mean, I can do that when I'm done with this. I guess I can try it. Pretty sure it won't work.
4, 3, 2, 1.
This system contains 11 bodies. Still querying EDSM for body count.
Oh no, my internet starts lagging again. Cool. So let me know if the stream has any problems. Could you show me how to escape a cone while doing a speedrun? For $50 I'll do it.
Warning, temperature critical. Frameshift drive charging.
Stream seems to go well, and that's good. Might be some problems with frame loss, probably because the problem with my internet is that whenever I put load on it and other people in the area also use the net, I get packet loss. So that's why the EDSM queries time out and stuff, and that should usually also lead to some dropped frames on the stream. And if it gets too bad, I even lose connection sometimes. Whee! New internet due in December, so. Although I've just taken a break of ratting, haven't seen you a while in IRC. Well, fun fact, I'm banned from IRC right now. Because I made an inappropriate joke. I could be back in like a week or something, 10 days, I think. But I'm not sure, I might take a longer break. What did you say? Well, you know that one spaceport that nobody can pronounce, right? That on the Colonia Highway? It's called something like Sakonowina Spaceport or something along those lines.
This system contains 10 bodies. Still querying EDSM for body count.
I mean, that was the joke. Suck on a wiener spaceport.
Disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
And because I have been banned previously, it's a 30-day ban. If you want to know why I've been banned previously, well, the first time was Crunchy being an ass. And, well, basically there was no reason to ban me and I got banned. Reds have no sense of humor. Yep, I can attest to that. Some of the rules are overly strict, but I mean they're the rules, so whatever.
4, 3, 2,
And it's not like I didn't know the rules, so this one is entirely on me. I wouldn't say that's drama, it's just... it's dumb. No reason to have drama over it. What's the reason for the first one? What they said the reason for the ban was? Well, there was a nice discussion about... I don't even know what rule.
This system contains 32 bodies and 11 non-body signals.
There was some SOP discussion. And why did I have a 48 light year jump? Whatever. We had a discussion about the rule in the SOP, and I said that rule is dumb, and I explained why that rule is dumb. Then the discussion was over, and Crunchy came in and started insulting me like, yeah, you always question the rules just because you don't like rules, blah 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 blah. And I said, no, Crunchy, that's wrong. The rule is just dumb, and then I got banned for being an ass, which is interesting because Crunchy was the ass in that case. That's the ultra short version of it.
This system contains 3 bodies.
The worst part is that the entire discussion was over and everyone was fine, and then Crunchy stormed in like a moron and started insulting me.
warning, hard breach attack. Take
Ah, fuck. Also, I'm completely distracted now.
supercharged.
Doo-doo-doo. What was the rule? I think it was about
Frame shift drive
when you have to assign... so when a red counts as assigned to a case even though there was no formal go. And the gist of it is that the only case... No, how do I put this? That helps in a case where reds are deliberately trying to abuse the system to do something that doesn't even benefit them. Which means doing a case without officially making a case. And I said it's pretty dumb to have a rule for that when there's not even an incentive to do that.
This system contains 8 bodies.
And I stand by that, and nobody explained to me why it would not be a dumb idea to have said rule.
frame shift drive charging.
And even Crunchy didn't. He just decided that I was being an ass for calling a rule dumb, and that was worth of a ban. Which it clearly isn't, but whatever.
4, 3,
Honestly, I don't care. I just learned not to question rules in in Red Chat anymore. And Crunchy wasn't even part of the initial discussion. He was just coming in as a janitor being an ass. If anything, it showed that Crunchy shouldn't be the janitor, and not that anyone was doing anything wrong there.
fuel scooping.
This system contains 10 bodies.
And I even think I know why he was an ass, because we had a little clash in the FleetCom Discord like 5 months prior or something. And I guess he just needed to get back at me. So at least that's the one explanation I have.
4, 3, 2, 1.
But whatever. I don't really want to bring that all back up. I haven't seen Crunchy a lot. I mean, he's not doing much actively, right? He's just lurking. I've never seen him really do a lot,
Fuel scooping.
which is not a bad thing. I mean, he doesn't have to, right? But as long as I've been with the Reds, he's never been an active Red in that case,
Shift drive.
in that sense. Oh yeah, and if you want to know why I said the reason is dumb, because not only is it for a case that shouldn't really happen, so it's a special rule for a case that shouldn't even happen, and it creates extra work, because you have to close the case with no rats, No, you have to close the case instead of deleting it, which means that the red or an overseer has to actually do the paperwork instead of it just vanishing into the void. So, in like 99.99% of all cases, the rule is completely irrelevant and creates extra work.
Module malfunction.
Can you get back up, please? I don't want to
Shift drive
repair.
charging.
Mecha 3 got rolled out last weekend. Oh, nice. Decent chaos, some criticism, slight drama, though runs good now, luckily. I'm not... I'm actually sad I missed that. I noticed that paperwork now seems to include all the ISC lines where the case number is mentioned, which I don't... I haven't formed an opinion yet if I think that's a good idea or not. But there were some bugs in Mecha 2 that whenever they were brought up, the answer was, oh, that will be fixed in Mecha 3. So I guess it's a good idea it's finally there. Right? So far it has worked. Well, that's low standard. It hasn't crashed yet. Squad chat. What? Not a coder. I mean, you can still find bugs, right?
This system contains 18 bodies and 3 non-body signals. Still querying EDSM for body count.
I'm wondering why
Frame shift drive.
I'm still having so many non-neutron jumps. Oh, I guess we're technically still on the way to the neutron highway. We're still going... Huh. Good question. We're going spinward, but how would you properly name up and down? Because up and down has no meaning in space, right? I'm going corewards and currently spinwards towards the neutron highway, but how do you describe up and down?
This system contains 2 bodies.
Rollout took 9 hours with hotfixes. That sounds fun.
Frame shift drive charging.
Has the red signal format changed? Because that's actually relevant to my voice text stuff. If the syntax has changed there, it will break.
System scan complete.
This system contains 3 bodies.
Not sure how the format has changed in total.
Scoping complete.
I mean, from the paperwork it looks like it's still the same, but there were some Unicode characters in there to distinguish between the parts of the message. And I doubt they have changed those, but they might have, right? Technically. So there was a... What's the... Start of text, a start of text marker. That's not even Unicode, that's in ASCII too. A start of text marker around the commander name, around the O2 status, around the system. Yeah, and that's it. I had to fill out the case number out manually. But the commander name, the system, and the O2 status is enclosed in start of text markers,
Module repaired.
which makes splitting the string quite easy for processing, right? Because you just split it at those start of text markers.
Frame shift drive charging.
My client does not show these. Well, no client really does. Including the text that ends up in the paperwork. Otherwise I could have checked. And with Eddie ILC, I actually had immense issues trying to find out how that was formatted, because it doesn't even write the stuff into the log. Now that I'm using ZNC as a bouncer, that has proper logs with the non-text characters in there.
This system contains 2 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Another one that's not the one jump waypoint. Interesting. How many jumps left?
123 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
22k PC case came in near Sagittarius A star. Well, what can I say? I know a PC red that is sitting at XA, but whatever. Turns out I can't actually access a fuel rates IC right now. The worst thing about fuel rates and ISC bans is that it doesn't even prevent me from joining the ISC, it just prevents me from ratting.
Frameshift drive charging.
I mean, I'm not going to join the ISC because A, I respect the ban, and B, I have no reason to join the ISC, right? If I can't say who I am and can't rat. But I could just use a random bouncer somewhere on the internet and call myself, I don't know. I got banned lol. And I could connect.
This system contains 4 bodies.
Oh, technically I probably could even use the Red's Kiwi. Because bans are...
Drive supercharged.
Of course, you can do it per account, right? So I can't identify. I'm assuming that that's part of it. And the other way you can ban is by IP. But if I use the fuel rates ISC, the IP is localhost because it's hosted in the same machine, or at least it's the IP of the machine that's hosted on, not mine. They changed something in the VPN security, they said. Well, I mean, that doesn't change the fact that you can't ban someone that assumes a random identity. So what they can is prevent me from identifying and saying, "Hey, I'm me," and doing ratting. So basically, bans are effective against rats, not against random
Still
people.
querying EDSM for body count.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Which I guess you could say that's not too bad, because the main thing you want to prevent is rats breaking the rules, right?
Frameshift drive charging.
We had a rat yesterday being irritating, getting banned and constantly ban evading. Well, that rat is no longer a rat then, right? Because ban evasion will end up in a permaban, so he will never be able to use that red account and the commander names he has been using for ratting again. Hello, free speech, welcome in.
This system contains 3 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I should probably plot a course, right? 407. What the
Frameshift
actual...
charging.
How many jumps left?
118 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
I was about to say, wasn't it 126, but it was 160 something, right? So I've done a couple. No idea what happened to him. I'm pretty sure he will not be a fuel rat again, unless he changes commander name and creates a new rat account. That's an M, so let's just jump there and not stop for refueling. Luckily not too many evil people want to burn us down, yeah. You get the odd troll every now and then, but usually if you're just having a troll that tries to do stupid shit, you don't have to be able to 100% securely ban that person. You just have to make it annoying enough that they won't bother after a while. My Sag A run was about 145 gems. Did you use the Galaxy Plotter or the standard neutron router? Because I'm using the standard neutron router, I can't be asked to do a Galaxy Plotter one. I might do that once I've actually rewritten the Sponge plugin and added support for the Galaxy Plotter. Standard, interesting. What efficiency setting did you use? I'm always just doing 50. I'm not sure what standard even is. Oh, standard router. Like 43 or something really tweaked it. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't bother. As you can see, I don't really bother setting world records here. Which is also why I'm using ships that haven't had an entry on the leaderboard yet. I mean, you did Scout too, so that's a bit unfortunate now, but whatever. I just wanted to have a chill Buckyball. What time are you expecting? I don't know, 3.5 hours, roughly? Hojo's time is 3:35 something, right? And that's PS4, so I probably should beat that and not embarrass myself for losing to a console pleb. I'm hoping 3:36.
This system contains 3 bodies.
Let me just turn my time back a little bit. My system time. Oh no, stations and galaxy maps show UTC, right? Does that actually get the time from the server? Or is it the client doing the UTC conversion?
This system contains 2 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I should probably, if I'm doing this with more ships, I should probably have a proper life split layout that is a little more compact than this, because this has by default always 5 splits that are shown, and these system-to-system buckyballs only have 1 split really, right? So there are no waypoints on the way where I can say, hey, let's start a new split here. So basically I need a layout that just says that just shows the time and that's it. I don't need anything else. And the average and personal best stuff is also pretty much irrelevant because I'm doing it once per ship type, so maybe I can be asked to do that at some point. Oh no. Not this again. Again, it's out of range.
Frameshift drive charging.
The 10 versus Corvette did not go well. I was kind of surprised, honestly. On Thursday I did an engineering stream, right, with the Corvette engineering stuff, and then some CZs, and I changed the VET over to full resistance bi-weaves, like my crate and chieftain already have. And I was kind of surprised how little damage the capital ship is doing. I was taking full broadsides of the thing and losing like 1 or 2% per hit.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
The T10 did not win. How many jumps left?
112 jumps remaining from current neutron.
So 110 from this one. So I've done roughly a little less than, let's say about 30%, right?
This
So
system
that's
contains
like
23 bodies.
17 minutes, 170 minutes. So right now I'm up for a sub 3-hour time. I don't think I can keep that up.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
But I should be able to beat the 335.
Charging.
Let's see how it goes.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
What's up with my ear? Kinda uncomfortable right now.
This system contains 5 bodies.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
And I dropped out of the cone again.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Oh, come on, game.
Frameshift drive charging.
Were you flying the T10 or the Corvette? Oh, I missed the beginning. Can you pop back and start again? I missed that free speech. Sorry. And no, I cannot. I mean, I'm only 48 minutes in, right? So, Boomer already requested that I demonstrate how you can die in a neutron cone. Someone I know wants to fly a fighter and try out gunning, so I built a T10 for him to try. Corvette wanted to go at me, so bad things. Oh well.
This system contains 7 bodies and 5 non-body signals.
That sounds about right. You could have just popped out the fighter in an NPC and waited until it started lagging enough that he couldn't hit you.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Oh, come on, did I really... How did that not select when I hit select? Flying a fighter in multi-crew in a conflict zone is actually good fun. Resistance-based bi-weaves look crazy indeed. Oh, 50% plus resistances. Yeah, I'm actually breaking 70 on the Corvette for everything. There are some diminishing returns there, but the point is that I'm not going to lose shields anyway, so I don't need more effective HP, and I might as well abuse the regen of the bi-weave and the regen of the shield cell banks, which plainly just scale with
This system contains
resistances.
5 bodies.
So if you have 0 resistance, and your bi-weave charges at 5 megajoule per second, you get 5 HP per second. If you have 50% resistances and your bi-weave charges at 5 megajoule per second, you get 10 effective HP per second. Forgot to equip the fighter bay, maybe you should do that. It's frowned upon, right? But the bug is still in the game as far as I know. You don't mind me stealing that build, right? No, I don't at all. I mean, that's kind of by design that my stuff is open. I do have a command for my EDSM profile links that have all the ships, but I can't remember the command right now.
System scan complete.
This system contains 2 bodies.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety.
I think it's commanders or something, CMDRs.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Let me check that. Apparently it's not. Commands.
Warning, 23% fuel left. You can only make 1 more full range jump.
Do I not? Apparently I do not have that command. I could have sworn I had that. Weird. Can I get back to the chat then, please? Because I'm kind of in a hurry. I'll have to grab the links later on. I mean, if you're friends with me on EDSM, I think you can get the link there.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive
Warning,
Mining in a wing
23%
with
fuel
him,
left.
and he
You
got
can only make
detected
1 more
with
full range jump.
268 tons of painite, so I got to defend him with a fight. I forgot how fun those were. Yeah, they are. You have 6 vets. I have a core vet, I have a laser mining vet, I have a combat vet. I have a fuel dural red vet. But what are the other 2? I'm not rich.
Nearest scoopable star, Pyromo AP-D V17
That is a fucking-
2.46 lead.
I still need to check with the Eddie devs what's going on there. I feel like there's some automation if you're low on fuel in Eddie. Because I definitely have not done anything like that. Hello?
Frameshift drive.
Warning,
That's an M,
13%
perfect.
fuel left. You only have fuel for a last roughly 61 light years jump.
That's cutting it pretty close, by the way, by the looks of it. I mean, you can post the link to my profile, given you apparently have it somewhere. If anyone else is interested. That's only one of my commanders, but my main account is the one with most of the ships. Let's put it that way. The old account has a no combat crate, just a general purpose crate.
This system contains 12 bodies
A
and 22 non-body
mining
signals.
python, a exploration crate 2, an exploration sidewinder, and I think that's it. And then there's the account that's sitting at the center that only has a mining python and an unengineered combat crate and a rescue anaconda. And then there's the newbie zone account that basically just has a ratting anaconda. Lunch is calling, have a good one. But what I meant is, Hojo seems to have my EDSM profile link. And he can post it in chat, if you are interested in having it. That's what I meant. Because I don't have it at hand. I mean, actually, while refueling, I could have retrieved it, but that's a bit late now. You just did? Oh, there is. Oh, yeah, right. I can see it. I just didn't pay attention, apparently.
Warning. Temperature.
If you remove the ID there, leave all the slashes intact, you can just put any commander name at the end and it will search for the profile, basically. So if you do /fleet /ID / commander / any name, that's basically a search.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And there is a proper search, but that's only accessible through the API. There's no URI for that. Send you a friend request on ESM. I don't know if there's a way to auto-accept these. If yes, it's probably set. If not, I will do it at some point. Maybe.
System scan complete.
This system contains 2 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift
To be fair, being friends on EDSM doesn't do a lot. But I kind of like the view on the dashboard where you have the galaxy map and all the little markers where your friends are currently. It's kind of fun to see what people are up to and choose out in the middle of nowhere. And it always makes me smile when I can see one of my former red clients somewhere way out in the black.
This system contains 4 bodies.
warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
How many jumps left?
101 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
So I've done 60 jumps in 56 minutes. That is pretty good, but there were a lot of non-neutron jumps, so it's probably going to slow down. The current PvE chieftain takes 1322 to take down the shield on that van. That does not include... so, 2 things. First, that does not include shield cell banks. I don't think it does. You can check that by removing a shield cell bank from the build. And second, that definitely does not include losing time on target. So that assumes you're constantly battering the
100
shields,
jumps
right?
remaining from current neutron
But if I
waypoint.
ever manage to get out of your firing arc and stay out of it for 5 seconds, it will start regenerating. Which is, I mean, in PvP it's usually a big deal, but in a VED probably not, just because it's big and sluggish.
Taking internal damage. Frameshift drive supercharged.
But
Frameshift drive.
against NPCs that is a big deal. Usually if you are in a duel with, even if it's a spec ops, I usually don't lose a lot of shields overall, and sometimes I even regen during a duel because more than half the time the NPC isn't going to shoot you. Busy with turning and running away and getting back on target. Yeah, 1322 constant fighting, yep. Do you even have enough ammo for that? Dumb question. I have no idea if it takes ammo reserves into account or just the DPS. That would be interesting to know. So I don't know, if you just put rank 1 missiles, so class 1 missiles on a ship and then see, that should be an infinite amount of time to bring down the shields because you will run out of ammo before you can bring it down.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
No, it doesn't, okay.
Module malfunction.
Crap. I forgot to actually plot the route, so I will lose the target when I drop. Speaking of dropping, I should drop.
Frameshift drive charging.
Happy in the PS4 dimension, your vet is not
That's
here. I mean, if you build it, it is there. Also, to be fair, that build has, well, technically it's one significant downside, and it is low absolute strength. So if you start either ramming or bringing stuff that deals absolute damage, like plasma accelerators, I'm just going to die. Because I have like 1500 raw shield strength.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's not a lot of plasma volleys. But not many NPCs run plasmas, and even fewer NPCs actually hit anything with them. And since I'm not really doing PvP, I really like my resistance bioweaves. They are just Like on my crate, you can actually just look at that panel and see it tick
This
up
system contains 6
at
bodies.
a rate of more than
Still
1%
varying
per
EDSM
second.
per body count.
Operating beyond safety limits. Frame shift drive supercharged.
Which translates to something ridiculous, like 18, I think, effective hit points per second. If I get the rank and want to shoot my soul with the Mets grind, I will make it one day. I was pleasantly surprised that I didn't have to actually farm anything to redo the engineering there, and I re-engineered 6 shield boosters. The other 2 were just experimental changes. The 3 multi-cannons, 2 shield cell banks, with the shield, the sensors, and the power plant.
This system contains 5 bodies.
Which is not quite everything, but a lot of stuff.
Frame shift drive supercharged. Frame shift drive charging.
How many jumps left?
97 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
So we did almost 70 jumps in 62 minutes. If I do this at 1 jump per minute overall, that would be quite nice. Wait, the Guardian module reinforcement? You mean over the standard one? Or what? Oh, by the way, right now, it has a fuel scoop on that usually is not in there. I don't remember if I took off a
This system
module
contains 20
reinforcement
bodies and
or
9 non-body
a
signals.
hull reinforcement. One of them is in there usually. And Guardian over standard hull reinforcement because you can't engineer hull reinforcement, and the Guardian one is better unengineered. It has more hit points. The only reason not to take a Guardian module reinforcement would be that you don't have the power, which is the case for my AX crate if you look at that, because I'm running a low emissions power plant on the crate.
Warning, 22% fuel left.
And
You can
that
only make one more
meant
full
that
range
I
jump.
had to put regular module reinforcements on the AX crate over Guardian ones. Oh, I might need to get the Guardian then. Yes, the Guardian module reinforcements are the second most useful Guardian module, with the first being the FSD booster for obvious reasons. Then the module reinforcement because, well, it's flat out better than the normal module reinforcement in all cases, except you don't have the power. And I guess the next useful thing then would be the Gauss cannons for AX,
Shift drive supercharged.
and the rest is basically
Warning, 22%
nice
fuel
to
left.
have, but
You
that's
can only
it.
make one more full range jump.
The fighters look nice and do nothing else. The what am I thinking of? Power plant and power distributor are kind of edge cases. The power distributor is roughly equivalent to a grade 3 charge enhanced one, which is usable if you
Nearest
can't
scoopable star.
be asked with engineering, I guess.
38-7, 4.19 lead.
Still have to investigate what happens then. And
Frame shift drive supercharged.
the power plant is basically grade 3 overcharged monster, which you generally do not want to use because you don't want to overcharge your power plant.
Warning.
But again,
14%
it's
fuel left.
it's
You only have fuel for a
a
last roughly 61 light years jump.
it's a reasonable purchase if you can't be asked to engineer your power plant.
Frame shift drive charging.
Warning, 14% fuel left. You only have fuel for a
More
last roughly
grinding,
61 light years
woohoo!
jump.
The worst grind is the data grind for the fighters, because you need like a lot of data. If I recall correctly, you need 90 epsilon, and of one of the others you need more than you can actually carry, if I recall that correctly, which is quite annoying. And the problem with the Guardian data is the same as with wake scanning, if you're actually doing wake scanning, in the sense that there's no way to explicitly look for high grade data. So you always have to get lucky with a low percentage chance of getting the high grade data. and you will overflow on the low grade horribly before you get anywhere near 90 epsilon data. So if you're looking for Guardian fighters, I would suggest not being the moron that I was and to unlock all of them, but instead pick one that you like most and unlock that only. Use the Guardian PP for when I quickly want to build a ship. See? Yeah. I would usually probably recommend just taking a one class bigger power plant to get the better efficiency for just a little bit of mass. But if you need to put on the biggest Guardian hybrid power plant to meet your power needs, well, do that, I guess. I wouldn't. Also, there's the interesting little fact that if you put on both the power plant and the power distributor, you get a slight little bonus. And the worst thing is the UX for that again, because the power plant will output 4% more power. But that doesn't show on your power chart. Instead, your ship will not turn off unless you exceed 104%. That is such a horrible way to do it, because nobody would even think of having the idea that that might be the case, right? Why would you be able to exceed 100% of power output and not shut down? It doesn't make any sense, and that is if you have both the power plant and the power distributor, which is generally not a good idea. All epsilon for the fighters. Are they good for PvE? Actually, the fighters are good for looking good, and that's it, basically. But technically, I guess they are better for PvE than they are for PvP. No, they're better for PvE than they are for AX PvE. That's what I wanted to say, because the NPC pilots are not great at using gauze and also not great at evading fire, and the things are made of paper. Too bad they look super good. Yep, that's the main reason to get them. A, they look good, and B, they are fast, so it's fun zipping around in them. I got them to bring them on an expedition, to have some fun with fighters. That was the main reason for me, basically. And they're also pretty good if you're... No, you're in PlayStation, so you can't. But Commander Base, another streamer, I need to make a command for that, is holding every now and then an event called Fighter Frenzy, which is basically two teams get into fighters and try to shoot down the opposing mothership. And Guardian fighters are really dumb there. The one with the plasma repeater, I don't know by heart which one that is. That is basically the best fighter in the game at bringing down the motherships, because it's doing crazy DPS. The downside is, in that case, again, that it's made out of paper, so if you start focusing the people flying those, they are not lasting long. Also, I kind of want to play Squadrons, but I don't have the money to buy it. Because that's basically what Squadrons is, right? In PvP? 2 squads and 2 motherships. I'm gonna get a very late night dinner. Well, enjoy your late night dinner. I mean, it's only 5 to 10. It's not that late night. But have a good one anyway. And I'm going to be here for like two-ish more hours, definitely. And I might even keep streaming after that, I don't know. Guess I should do more shooting Imperial pigs, right? I just realized why I'm probably still in the top 50% on that CG. Because more people coming in doing that CG and just doing one conflict zone and then not bothering ever again means all those people will be below the top 50%, right? So the only thing that will lower my standing there is people actually putting in the work and doing multiples, which should be way fewer people than the ones that just dip in once and then leave again. So I might actually be able to be well in the top 75% without doing anything. But I kind of want to do some more conflict zones. Kind of wish there was a way to put a bookmark on the current CG system and that bookmark updating with the CG, so if the CG changes, there's a new one, it automatically
This system
sends you to the
contains
new
7
one.
bodies.
Like with the carrier bookmarks, if they jump systems, bookmark says the same, right? You can just use the bookmark to jump to the new system.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
That would be nice for CGs.
Frameshift drive charging.
How many jumps left?
89 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
So we've done like 75 or something.
4,
Good, that's almost half.
2,
I might actually be able to beat 3 hours. Holy shit! I did not expect that at all. Hojo will be delighted to hear that I can shave off 30 minutes of his time.
This system contains 2 bodies.
system scan.
Still querying EDSM for body count.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
This system contains 26 bodies and 4 non-body signals.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Now we are on the highway proper. No more multi-jump waypoints. Why am I doing this instead of tapping and actually seeing what I'm doing?
Warning, 25% fuel
So the
left.
question is
You can
inside
only
out
make one more
tracking,
full
right?
range jump.
Like the Rift S, unlike the old Rift, which had cameras tracking the headset from the outside. And the Quest has this nifty feature where you can double tap the headset and it will, instead of showing me the actual VR view, show me what the cameras are seeing, so I can look at my environment and, for example, find my glass to drink. Or what you will see in a second, find my handkerchief to have a sneeze.
Warning, 25% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
Yeah, that's enough.
Four, three, two, one, engage.
Nearest scoopable star, slowly FA-AD 341, 8.31 Li.
Hull integrity compromised.
Well, that was great. I was going to say another benefit is that the headset is off as far as the PC is concerned whenever I do that, so the view freezes for you guys. And then I realized I was taking way too long and that I had disabled the auto dethrottle, right? So yeah, that's costing me a hot minute or 3.
FSD cooldown complete.
Drive charging.
Warning, 15% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
250 meters per second, that's a nice number. A nice semi-round number.
Warning, temperature critical.
No, shut up.
Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frame shift drive supercharged. Frame shift drive
Warning,
charged.
15% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
I just realized something. Oh no, it doesn't work. Anyway, I just thought people were hoping that with Odyssey there would be in-ship gameplay, like being able to walk to the engine room and repair stuff, for example. I was going to say I just realized that might lead to being able to fuel scoop and repair at the same time. But the restriction that you can't repair a module that's on, in this case the FSD, would probably still apply, right? So, yeah. How many jumps left?
85 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
So that's basically the halfway mark. What the fuck? Holy. That is way faster than I thought it would be.
Frame shift drive charging.
This system contains 2 bodies.
Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I could have actually put Hojo's time into life split as the world record. Then it would compare me against that.
Frame
I
shift
should have done that.
charging. Module malfunction. Warning.
Oh, come on.
Taking internal damage.
That was unfortunate timing. That I reached. 80%, wow. Oh, wait, why a fuel scoop? Wait, frameshift drive.
FSD cooldown complete.
I was like, why is the frameshift drive at 99? Oh, it's not the frameshift drive.
Module repaired. Thrusters online. Power plant capacity exceeded.
What's the max capacity in the 3As? I'm just going to assume that I have way enough juice in them, but
Frame shift drive charging.
I was going 250 earlier.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
This system contains 4 bodies.
Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frame shift drive supercharged.
song of gentle mourning for the lost and lonesome.
4, 3, 2, 1.
The canyons open wide, singing songs of gentle mourning. Lost and lonesome bride, for his lost and
This system contains 2 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, engage.
Sorry, I'm not saying a lot, but no, I'm not even in the zone right now. It's more like I'm zoning out because I'm kind of tired, I guess. And thinking about different stuff.
System scan.
Like in this case,
system contains 3 bodies.
Eddie automatically plotting a route to the next scoopable star and how I want to deal with that. When you're low on fuel, that is.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Because I now realize why. I mean, I'm assuming that Eddie just does that, and I never realized before because I only recently-ish added the possibility to the profile to look for the nearest scoopable star. And whenever Eddie does a route calculation and it finishes, it fires an event and voice tick that you can react to. And I have recently added the case for, hey, I was looking for a scoopable star there. But I'm not checking if I was actually the one firing the query or if that just came from somewhere else.
This system contains 7 bodies.
And of course that also happens then when Eddie does it on itself without being told to.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift
So I need to add a condition there probably. You might make it a configuration option if you want to keep the default behavior of Eddie giving you a scoopable when you run out. But I'm not sure yet. Might just ignore it altogether. I already have a variable, state variable that is set when you're looking for a route, so you are not inputting several searches at the same time. If you try to do a second one, it just says, hey, I'm already looking for a route. And I can use that to determine if I was manually looking for a route or not.
scan complete.
This system contains 2 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
How many jumps left?
79 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, let's just say I'm aiming for 3 hours now. That should be realistic.
System scan complete.
This system contains 4 bodies.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three,
Warning, 26% fuel left. You can only make 1 more full range jump.
26? That's funny, that's a running error because the low fuel thing is supposed to only trigger at sub 25%, but apparently it triggers at 25.x%.
System scan complete. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I'm a moron. Forgot to plot. We're going to do one more and then look for fuel. Come on. Yep.
Warning, 26% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
How much fuel do we actually have here? Is that in here, the extra fuel tank? I don't think so, right? So I would have to look at the actual build crap. I think I have 22 tons. And this FSD is drinking 3 per. Or up to 3 per. Technically, right?
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift
Warning, 15% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
Fs are actually not great for scooping because they're pretty hot. Hello? You brought up the Octa station, couldn't close it again. Headset's at 77% now. Oh, cool, an undiscovered star. I can't stay in scan.
This system contains 2 bodies. System not found on EDSM.
On the other hand, there's only one more body, right? Oh. Or not.
warning, temperature critical. Warning, temperature critical.
Running a little hot here.
Shift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Warning,
75 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint. This system contains 11 bodies and 8 non-body signals.
warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
How many jumps left?
Drive supercharged.
75 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Yeah, I should actually make it in sub 3 hours. That is rad.
Drive charging.
Which also means I will be able to finish it before official end of stream at midnight. Also, in case you're wondering, I'm not planning on jumping back.
2, 1. Engage. System scan complete.
This system contains 2 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, that's empty. Wait, what? How did the cable get tangled up there? For a second I actually feared I would miss the glass because it's...
This system
depth
contains 4
perception is
bodies
a
and 9
little,
non-body signals.
Weird. Because the distance between the two cameras here is way bigger than the one between your eyes usually is.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Thought a course would be a great idea.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I have a really runny nose today. That is annoying.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
This system contains 7 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
Distance to home.
Unrecoverable error in plugin.
Whoa! Distance from home.
This system contains 26 bodies.
frameshift drive
Unrecoverable error in plugin.
safety limits.
That is interesting. Something broke.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Distance from the center.
Frameshift
Distance from Sagittarius A star, 25,899.99 light years.
Oh! Remind me to fix that when I'm repairing or scooping next. So what happened there is I was testing the... No. Let me start from the start. Right now I'm using, or right now the release of my profiles are using Python scripts to do those EDSM shenanigans.
This system contains 2 bodies.
And I'm in the process of writing voice text plugins, and the end goal is for them to do it natively. But right now all they do is call the Python scripts and take the output instead of doing the API queries themselves.
Frameshift drive charging.
And the thing that happened there is that I, for testing, just hard-coded sol for the distance calculations. Apparently I forgot to remove that
3, 2,
from the voice text command. Yeah. So sol to sol gives an error because, well, the Python script errors out. And I'm not going to fix that because it's deprecated anyway. Or rather, I actually have fixed that, but
This
not
system
on my
contains 4
Windows
bodies.
PC.
Still querying EDSM for body count.
And the Sag request gives me the distance to Sol for obvious reasons, because Sol is hard-coded.
Module malfunction.
But I can alleviate that right now. Since I actually
Module malfunction. Frame shift drive
have started
charging.
repairing.
FSD cooldown complete.
So, elite attack. Oh, I hope that shouldn't remove my neutron cores, right? Where is it? Misc. Distance.
Module repaired.
Okay. Done. Distance from home.
Thrusters online. Power plant capacity exceeded.
Distance from Seoul, 12,145.33 light years.
Distance to the center.
Frame shift drive charging.
Distance to Sagittarius A star, 13,773.41 light years.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
So that is slightly, so distance-wise I'm not halfway, but because we can jump in on a neutron, the last leg will be faster than the first leg. In other words, the area with not a lot of neutron stars at the beginning of the trip is way
This system contains 4
longer
bodies.
than the one at the end of the trip.
Frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Which is reflected in the number of jumps left.
Frame shift drive
How many jumps left?
68 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Distance to jump target.
Distance to not set light years.
What?
4, 3, 2, 1.
But that says Sagittarius. Okay, that is apparently a bug. Good to know that I fucked that up somewhere.
This system contains 2 bodies. Still querying EDSM for body count.
Warning. Frame shift drive
Found a
operating
bug.
beyond safety limits. Frame shift drive supercharged. Frame shift drive charging.
Distance to jump target.
Distance to not set light years.
That's interesting because
Warning, 22% fuel left. You can only
It
make 1 more
writes?
full range jump.
it correctly writes the bench target over the over the not set actual jump target to the file. But apparently I broke something somewhere.
System scan complete. Warning. Frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frame shift drive supercharged. Frame shift drive
Warning,
charged.
22% fuel left. You can only make 1 more full range jump.
Four, three, two, one.
Should have a list command that adds text to a to-do list. Because now I need to remember that I need to fix the root details event.
This system contains 3 bodies.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift
Warning,
drive
12%
charging.
fuel left. You only have fuel for a last roughly 59 light years jump.
Oh yeah. Thank you. I need to do this.
Frameshift drive
Warning,
charged.
12% fuel left. You only have fuel for a last roughly 59 light years jump.
That doesn't take neutron boosting into account, by the way, if you're wondering. When I was walking to the something, I heard a faint voice in the distance saying you might make a sub 2 hour run. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's wrong. I said I'm aiming for 3 hours now. Sub 2 hours pretty much requires an anaconda and not using the standard neutron router. Because how many jumps left?
65 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
So we've already done like 100 jumps. So right now we're looking at like 250. If I can keep up the pace. Distance to the center.
Distance to Sagittarius A star, 12,733.77 light years.
So we're getting pretty good rate out of this if 12,000 is 60 jumps, right? That means we're averaging 200 light years towards the target per neutron jump. Or per jump even. That includes the last leg, which will not have many neutrons.
Frameshift drive charging.
I knew you were going to beat me. At the time you can save with the auto neutron is crazy, plus you're much better with the neutron jumping. I could actually potentially save more time with the automation, but I'm still choosing comfort over shaving up off another second or two. Plus you're much better with neutron jumping. I don't know. I am not well practiced right now. I used to be. I used to be pretty fast. But I haven't done neutron jumping. Well, since the Colonia challenge, right? And before that, also not really. Also, holy shit.
Frameshift drive
If I had
This
known there was a
system
gas
contains
station here, I would not have
Still querying
diverted
EDSM
for
for body
fuel
count.
last jump.
Frameshift drive.
And then there's the fact that I'm starting to have, well, of course this time I don't, connection issues again with the Galaxy map, which sometimes takes like 20 extra seconds for a jump. But right now it worked, so knock on wood.
This system contains 3 bodies.
Operating beyond safety limits.
So this, for example, I could either try tuning the automation parameters to press buttons faster, or just not use the automation, which would also be faster. On top of having to hold down a joystick button for like a third of a second to trigger the command that does it.
2, 1, engage.
But triggering the repro plot manually instead of doing it on supercharge is already saving me like 5 seconds per jumps over how I'm usually doing neutron jumping. Thank you very much, game. Save replay.
Replay saved.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
And before I'm not supercharged.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm not going to bother, and I'm just going to cheat real quick with flight assist. Oh, flight assist was... No, flight assist. Now it's on, right? Yes.
Ready to engage.
Why am I moving in completely the wrong direction? I guess I will have to do the dropship run next, then I'm back at number 1 on the board. I have... please do tell me when you do that, so I don't... That sounds so smug. But so I don't beat you again? Because my initial plan was to do it with all the ships that are not on the board yet. So if you put one on the board, please let me know so I can take that off my list of ships I still have to do. I would have even taken off the ASP Scout, but A, I really wanted to do it in an ASP Scout, and B, I already built the ship before I knew that you had done it in a Scout. So, I was thinking about doing the Edda next. I guess I'm just going to go through the list alphabetically. The dropship is on the board, but like 1 day time. Okay, I think that's not on my list then. The only one that has a time that is on my list is the Type 9 that also has like 2 days. Am I going to disconnect again? No, good.
System scan complete.
This system contains 2 bodies.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Do, do, do. Engage.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, alphabetically the Edda is the first on the list.
2, 1, engage.
This system contains 7 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
But yeah, the ASP's turn rate in SC is actually pretty nice. So I'm not regretting my decision to take 1 in Distant Worlds 3. Oh boy, if I self-destructed Sag A and end up at XA, I'm going to be so pissed, by the way. I hope not. I'm definitely not going to dock there. On the other hand, Suicide Winding won't cost me much. I'd probably put the engineered modules in storage first. By the way, engineering a Buckyball ship is not that annoying to do, because you basically only need to do
Frameshift drive.
grade 5 on the frameshift drive, the sensors and life support. And then grade 1 to be able to strip down on the power distributor and the thrusters, and that's it. So it's 3 times grade 5 and 2 times grade 1.
Warning, 17% fuel left. You can only make 1 more full range jump.
So probably 1 more and then refuel.
This system contains 12 bodies and 3 non-body signals.
Drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Can you hear me frantically trying to select this? This game sometimes.
Frameshift drive
Warning,
charging.
16% fuel left. You can only make one more full range
Oh.
jump.
I should probably not do this and instead do something like, I don't know, this.
Frameshift drive
Warning,
charging.
16% fuel left. You can
Yeah,
only
yeah,
make one
yeah,
more full
shut up,
range
Eddie.
jump.
You already said that. 86% French drive. It's not too bad. How many jumps left?
57 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Getting there. We are getting there. I hope I can beat 3 hours. That would be nice. That's actually cool. What is cool? Also, welcome in, Ninja Amanda. What exactly is cool?
Fuel scoping.
This system contains 26 bodies.
Listen,
System not found on EDSM.
this takes a lot to get used to. And you do get used to it.
What was I going to do? I was going to do something and I forgot.
There's 3 things I'll always miss, though. 1, not having to watch my
Guess
step
it
all the time.
wasn't that important.
2,
Because I totally never forget important things. The tool you have that tells you about your fuel level. Yes, that is cool. That is voice attack and EDDI, EDDI. If you do exclamation mark voice attack, you can get a link to my profiles and try them out for yourself. If you own voice attack, because that's a paid thing, costs like 15 bucks. But exclamation mark voice attack will give you a link to my GitHub where I put them up.
Warning.
Currently in the process of rewriting it, but nothing you've heard is actually new, I think. And that also automates the entire neutron jumping part for me.
Frameshift drive charging.
Which I can control by voice command, but the plotting to the next neutron waypoint is also on one of my joystick buttons. For ease of access, you can get a dropship to like 41.67. Yeah, most of the ships you can get to roughly between 40 and 50. There are only a few that end up below that. And a surprising amount of them actually is around the 50 light year mark.
Systems
I understand.
This
The
system
link
contains
sent
2
me to
bodies.
4.4? Oh! Maybe you need to remove the dot at the end and I need to change that command in the bot.
Frameshift drive super.
Because the bot is... the dot is not part of the link. Are you using a browser or something else right now? Because if that's a problem in all browsers, I really need to change that.
Operating beyond safety.
Come on! Game, please! Target next neutron waypoint. Currently heading towards the game myself and create Phantom but not rushing. Oh, you already figured the dot thing out. I only read half your comment there. Sorry. So yeah, that means I need to change a lot of my commands because I have a lot of those with dots at the end. Apparently that's a problem. When I'm not rushing, and that's actually also the default setting. The default setting is that it will automatically plot the next neutron for you the second you supercharge. So when the supercharge event happens, it throttles to full and then goes to the map and puts the next waypoint in. But because that would cost me like 5 seconds per jump on this, I'm actually doing it manually right now while I'm
This system
supercharging.
contains 6 bodies.
So instead of waiting, I'm now opening the map. If you can't remove the dot from the bot, I suspect simply adding a spacebar. I mean, I can, but yes, spacebar would also solve the problem, but look weird, and I guess it looks better with nothing rather than space dot. IMO. How many jumps left?
55 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Well, 54 now, but... So yeah, 3 hours are still on the table. That's nice. 264 jumps using Spanish for the dropship build I have. Yeah, that's... I mean, that's a little bit over 2/3 of the ASP Scout range, right?
This system contains 3 bodies.
And, I mean, you could actually check using the Galaxy plotter that takes your build into account and refuel stops and stuff. I don't know if it's that much better when your range is low. I have never tested it. And I'm not widely using it anyway, since I haven't integrated it into voice text stuff yet. I plan to at some point, when the rewrite's done. But I am already dreading doing this in an Eagle, because it has a similar range. That's another reason to do it by alphabet, right? Because the adder is sitting at a comfortable like 53 or something. Also, we are now noticeably nearer to the center of the galaxy. If you look at that skybox. Oh, come on. That is the throttling to 100% interfering. Wait, why is that twice? Need to fix that. Can I get this to work, please? Thank you very much. That took way too long on the map, which means we took way too much frameshift drive damage. Which means we need to repair soonish. I will say the ASP Explorer. No, I'm using a Scout. It has a fantastic cockpit. I think it's even in the title that I'm using a Scout. We'll have another build to save one day. I will do it. What I'm doing right now, Ninja, is if you do !SEG A, you'll get a link to the Sagittarius A-Star challenge on the Frontier forums. And if you look at the leaderboard, there are like a dozen ships that don't have an entry. And I'm planning to basically put all those ships on the leaderboard, and this is the first run
This system
of
contains
this
2 bodies.
project. And the ASP Explorer obviously has already been done. The ASP Scout hasn't. So I'm flying a Scout.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Module malfunction.
Can I please select this game? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not you, Eddie!
Frameshift drive charging.
The Scout has been done, yeah, by some console pleb that had a really, really shitty time, I think. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just imagining that, I don't know. But it's not on the leaderboard. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. I am regularly streaming Elite twice a week again, since I now have a VR headset again. On Thursdays and Saturdays. And Fridays I'm doing other stuff, and also other stuff in between sometimes.
This system contains
So
20
feel
bodies.
free to hang out here.
Still querying EDSM for body count.
Drive operating beyond safety limits. Module malfunction.
I think we need to repair soonish. Can I? Thank you. Oh shit, I should have plotted because malfunction.
Frameshift drive charging.
Sound is bugging out a little for me. Is that on stream too, or just a transmission problem here? ASP Scout PvP next. No. Also, as you can see, this is the best ship in the game, so I had to do this one.
50 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This system contains 9 bodies and 9 non-body signals.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety.
That's more than is on my radar, but I'm not going to stop to scan this. For obvious reasons. Actually remembered plotting a route this time. Oh, nice, no malfunction. And before I clip the cone and get one. No, I didn't. I like how the pop-up text there lags behind because it is paused while you're in the menu, like the
Warning,
Galaxy map.
19% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
We also need to refuel soonish. Interesting. How many jumps left?
50 jumps remaining from current
Oh,
Neutron
yeah.
waypoint.
You just said that. I just tried thrusting up to make the turn tighter.
This system contains 6 bodies.
Module malfunction. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I mean, I think it would. I still think it would be nice if you could actually use thrusters in Super Cruise, right?
Module
But
malfunction.
you can't.
Frameshift drive.
Warning,
Aw.
19% fuel left.
Just as
you
I
can
was
only make one more full range jump.
trying to drop. Well, my time was cut short. I better go. Oh, I'll sleep on the couch tonight. Oh, 8 to you too, Commander. And thank you.
3, 2,
I only had one disconnect so far, so I should be able to make it tonight. And thanks for stopping by. I could do some CQC later. I need to get rid of mostly helpless. Am I going to disconnect? I shouldn't have said anything about disconnects.
This system contains 9 bodies.
frameshift drive operating
So,
beyond
fuel.
safety
And I'm probably going to have to find a fuel star on the way this time. Right.
Module malfunction.
So let's see, can I jump there? Oh, well, malfunction. Fuck. That's the thing, I forgot. Insufficient fuel, so 232 is not what I can do. So let's repair and check our actual range. Oh, come on, game. And before it doesn't say anything because it's disabled, it does. 210. That is unfortunate.
FSD cooldown complete.
221. 217. 212. So that should be 210-ish. 10.95. Let's use this one to make sure it's in range. I've been seeing with Discord friends, but a lot of fun. Yes, it is. I recently kind of realized that it's kind of like doing multi-crew in a fighter, right?
Online. Power plant capacity.
Just a little bit more symmetric, I guess. By the way, fun fact. What? It's a... What? 210! And that's 208. Fuck you, game! Really, fuck you. What? Yeah, 210 light years my ass.
Frameshift drive.
210 light years my ass.
7.4% fuel left. You only have fuel
Holy
for a
shit,
last
I've never
roughly
seen
48 light years jump.
such a huge discrepancy in that though. Usually it's like 1 or 2 light years off, and that's it. That's now. I mean, it's already assuming we don't have the fuel, so it doesn't say the fuel consumption down there. So that was like 15 light years off, which is more than 10%. No, almost 10%. which is like 7%, 7 point something. Weird, I had no problems when I did it. Yeah, because you...
Nearest scoopable star, Urifayard KA-AD895, 6.38 Li.
Did I just jump to a fucking brown dwarf? I hate this game.
Frameshift drive
Warning,
charging.
1.2% fuel left. You only have fuel for a last roughly 19 light years jump.
Whew. And that, boys, was fucking lucky. Save replay.
Replay saved.
Holy shit. That is officially the second closest I've ever been to running out of fuel. Well, I can't, I'm banned, right?
Fuel scooping.
I'm not allowed on the ISC,
This
I
system
can't
contains
red
3 bodies.
signal.
System
Also, I
not
wouldn't
found on
have.
EDSM.
But that's a different story. But that's officially the second closest I've ever been to running out of fuel. Is that already done? Yes, it is. Let me actually look at my build real quick. Come on. So that's a 16-ton tank plus another 6, which makes 22 tons and 3 ton per jump. So yeah, that was what I thought it was.
Warning, temperature critical. Fuel scooping complete.
So I have 7.5 jumps basically,
Frameshift drive charging.
which is kind of on par with my Anaconda configuration of 64 tons and 8 per jump. Or my crate with 40? Or am I packing 48? I think 40 and 5 tons per. So that cost us a couple minutes.
This system contains 5 bodies. System not found on EDSM.
Frameshift drive
How many
operating
jumps
beyond
left?
Safety limits.
47
49.
jumps remaining from
Oh.
current neutron waypoint.
Frameshift drive.
Yeah, that cost us like 5 minutes. Crap.
Frameshift drive charging.
Whatever. I blame the game for not accurately telling me my jump range and me having to go through 50 systems to find one I can jump to.
3, 2,
And it's also the game's fault that I didn't look at the star class, right? Wait, which button is it?
It's your fault.
That's the right one.
This system contains 4 bodies.
warning.
Still querying EDSM for body count.
Beyond safety limits.
Net is crapping out again.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Distance to the center. I'm seeing encoding artifacts on my headset, by the way, so there might also be some on stream again. I'm still not sure what's the issue there. I think it's just some bug in the hardware encoder, but I'm not entirely sure. Because it sometimes just happens for 20 minutes and then it's gone again. Distance to the center.
This system contains 17 bodies and 4 non-body signals.
Warning.
Distance to Sagittarius A star, 8,523.7 light years.
I'm getting there.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
It's not really a gas station system, is it? Can't see. Because I'm already charging, but this is 250 light seconds away. Definitely not a gas
Ready to
station.
engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
See? A lot of people would have called the rats there because they just don't know a couple things. For example, that the fuel gauge down there is horribly fucking inaccurate. Like, I had enough. I mean, I also didn't need a lot of
This system
fuel
contains
for 1.5 light years, right? And what did Eddie say? I had 1 point something fuel left. So I had like
Drive supercharged.
0.25 tons of fuel left. Why is that not showing on the bar?
Frameshift drive charging.
The bar was literally empty, but I still had a quarter ton of fuel left. So I was prepared to inject there because I expected not to be able to jump anywhere. And with an injection, and that was basically 1/12 of the maximum of fuel the FSD could take, right? With an FSD injection and 60 light years of range, there was like 10 light years I could still jump, and the fuel gauge said, "Well, you're out." Which is a little bit annoying.
This system contains 24 bodies.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive charging.
See, that's what I meant with the galaxy map lagging. And I mean, at least the system popped up reasonably quick, but it took me like 20 seconds to actually get to select the system, right?
2,
And that is quite annoying. It's not as bad as it was when I did the Colonia Buckyball. Where I was going to go from Colonia to Sergei afterwards anyway. And I stopped like a couple hundred light years out of Colonia
This system
because it
contains
got
26
so
bodies and
horrible
3
with the
non-body
lag.
signals.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Also, I'm noticing the frame rate being way worse with the star density here. Wait, did I not properly supercharge F me? Come on. Give me dope.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
It was like
Drive charging.
a tenth of a second missing for the supercharge. Fuck me. What's the FSD at 91? How many jumps left?
42 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Yeah, I will definitely have to repair once or twice. Still. The downside of doing the route plotting while still in the cone and charging is that I'm on average taking more time in the cone per jump, which means my FSD gets damaged more. But saving 5 seconds on average per jump should make that up
This system contains 24 bodies.
quite easily.
Still querying EDSM for body count.
Frameshift drive
Because the actual supercharging process takes 5 seconds, right? And in these 5 seconds I'm plotting now instead of waiting until I'm done and then plotting. But I would be out of the cone by now if I didn't do that, right? Because I would be able to throttle up before going to the galaxy map. And sadly you can't throttle up once you're on the galaxy map. So,
Warning, 14% fuel left. You can only make
Sorry.
one more full range jump.
the cool thing for multi-crew would be if you could be the navigator, right? Why can I not, I mean, for this it would be not allowed, but why can I not have a multi-crew member who's in charge of navigation? Why can I outsource that? But I can just concentrate on supercharging and flying and stuff. Fuck you, Eddie.
0.97 Li.
And my multi-crew commander would be in charge of handling the map and the route plotting. Why is that not a thing? That would be cool,
Supercharged.
right? I think that would be cool.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Hello. Oh, fuck you, game. Just fuck you. And of course I'm using an
Warning,
F again.
14% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
I know, Eddie. That's why I'm literally right now plotting to a stupid summit.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping.
This system contains 14 bodies. System not found on EDSM.
Well, I'm still not going to scan these. It breaks my heart every single time I go through a new system and can't actually discover it. But hey, that's what you have to do when you're buckyballing instead of exploring.
Warning,
Or just traveling, right? If I were just traveling somewhere, I would still stop and scan. 86% frameshift drive. I wish I could repair it while scooping, but for obvious reasons that doesn't work. And that is why I don't want F-stars for scooping. They are fucking hot. I'm just at the edge of full scoop range and I'm overheating. Which shouldn't happen usually, but for A, B and F stars that does happen because they are just fucking hot.
taking heat damage.
Also, it kind of depends on your ship, right? The ASP Scout doesn't have the best heat capacity, but in general it's alright. Also for buckyballing I'm running overcharged grade 1 stripped down power plants instead of low emission power plants, which I usually do. So there's that.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Distance to the center.
Distance to Sagittarius A star, 7,188.88 light years.
How many jumps left?
39 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
So that's still roughly 200 light years per.
This
Which
system
is
contains 4 bodies.
Quite interesting.
EDSM only knows of 3.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety
That's also
limits.
interesting. Because the in-game map had definitely had all 4 bodies there. One of which is a planet, I think. Come on!
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, one of them is a planet.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Power plant capacity exceeded. Frameshift drive charging.
How many jumps left?
39 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
So yeah, at this point we are actually close to... Oh, well, close to is wrong. We might actually not make the 3-hour mark,
This system contains
which
13
is kind of
bodies.
disappointing.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage.
What?
4,
How was I not got it up?
1, engage.
This system
Whee!
contains 22 bodies and 3 non-body signals.
Beyond safety
And
Still
I'm
querying
out of the
EDSM for body
cone.
count.
I already saw myself going out of the cone before I went onto the map. That was not the right button.
operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
How many jumps left?
37 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Yeah, this will probably not be a 3-hour run anymore.
3, 2,
Getting more map problems and few disconnects plus the little mishap with the fuel cell earlier. I'm probably going to break 3 hours, which is a little sad. That's what it is, right? It's not like I can do anything about it.
This system contains 27 bodies and 5 non-body signals.
warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
But yeah, we're getting closer to the center, which is more than apparent in the skybox now, right? And on the galaxy map too.
2,
Which actually is a bad thing for me because my PC dies when I open the galaxy map.
warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. System scan complete. Frameshift drive supercharged. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
See,
charging.
I'm losing like a good 5 to 10 seconds per jump now to this fucking galaxy map bug.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I should actually try that at some point, doing it off stream, if that helps. Because if it's network problems, the stream definitely isn't helping, right?
This system contains 2 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating
Definitely don't remember that ever being an issue before I did that one Colonia Buckyball, and that was on stream too, so... Might be related to the streaming shenanigans. Oh, come on, did I manage to not supercharge again? This is not going well.
Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frame shift drive supercharged. Frame shift drive charging.
How many jumps left?
34 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Yeah, still looking at like
Warning,
3,
23%
5,
fuel left.
310.
You can only make one more full range jump. This system contains 5 bodies. Still querying EDSM for body count.
Frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, hull breach attack. Taking internal damage. Module malfunction. Frame shift drive
Warning,
charging.
23% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
Yep, time to refuel next jump. Also, that bug apparently has still not been fixed. As you can see, there's a bug in rendering the skybox that has a sharp line between... Take a screenshot. Fuck, should have screenshot that. It has a sharp line between an area of the skybox where the sky density is accurately represented and then a low density part where it is not. In my time of playing this game for not quite 2 years now, I've seen 2 patches that allegedly fixed that, but apparently have not. So, yeah.
Nearest scoopable star, Agami
Can you not?
VT-PC19-2219, 16
Really
times
need
6
to
leads.
fix that one.
Module malfunction.
Which is not an elite problem. For
Frame
once.
shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frame shift drive supercharged. I'm out of the cone. Great. Now I need a fuel star. For example, this one. Frame shift
Warning,
drive.
No
12%
malfunction,
fuel
that's
left.
good.
You only have fuel for a last roughly 58 light years jump.
I know, Eddie. Thank you very much. Also, there has to be a check in Eddie if the current system has a fuel star, because I went in here with less than a full jump and it tried plotting me to a scoopable star, right? But when I jump in this system that actually has a class M, which is scoopable, it won't try giving me a fuel star. So I'm pretty sure it's an Eddie thing. I most definitely haven't implemented anything that automatically looks for a fuel star. Also,
This
fun
system
fact,
contains 2
I
bodies
don't know
and
if
8
you
non-body
noticed, but
signals.
when I
System not
almost
found
run
on
out of
EDSM.
fuel, Eddie obviously can only find you fuel stars that are in the player and databases, right? So the nearest scoopable star to that neutron I almost know, that black brown dwarf I almost ran out on. The nearest star in the database was,
Temperature
what
critical.
did Eddie say, 10.5 light years or something, 10.7? And the nearest one in game, or might not even have been the nearest one, but in game there was one that was 1.5 light years out, right? So having Eddie look for a scoopable star is a nice feature, but it's not optimal. So even if that doesn't give you one in range, there might still be one.
Warning, temperature critical.
Especially if you take synthesis into account, right? Or if you're running out at the neutron charge.
Frame shift drive charging.
Doo-doo. How many jumps left?
32 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Yeah, we're looking at 3 hours 5 roughly right now. Maybe 3 hours 10. Should be enough to beat the Fool. Mwah. Oh, by the way, Hoja, one thing you also don't take into account when you compare my time to yours. Well, we had roughly the same
This system
range.
contains 3
My
bodies.
ship is a little more stripped
System not
down
found on
and has
PDFM.
extra tanks, right? So that means fewer refuel stops for the same range. Like I have 6 switches, I have like 40% extra tank roughly. And I managed to not supercharge again.
Frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Module malfunction. Frame shift drive supercharged. Frame shift
Remember that one time when I dropped out to repair, and even though I was no longer shaking at Super Cruise, I was still in the cone? That was fun. That was fun. Oh, there was also a ship that could boost, right? So I actually made it out during a Buckyball in a ship that could boost. Huh. Interesting.
"30 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint."
Thank you.
You're welcome. This system contains 3 bodies.
frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Module malfunction.
So actually for plotting while supercharging, a bigger ship that's less agile and supercruise would actually be better, right? Because you're not going to get thrown around as much, which means you're less likely to leave the cone while you're on the map.
Frame shift drive charging.
We'll get another one. So what I'm doing basically is I'm decelerating to repair, and if the FSD comes up before I'm in a speed range where I can actually read less than 1,000 kilometers per second, I just try if it works, and if it works and not malfunctions, I'm taking the jump and try repairing the next stop. Which basically gives me more jumps before I have to make a repair stop. And yes, it means I have to repair the same integrity on the FSD, but doing more integrity per repair stop and fewer repair stops overall means that I have fewer
This
overhead
system
for
contains 2
repairing,
bodies.
right? Because every time you stop for repairs, you have to decelerate, drop, disable stuff to enable AFMU, and then wait for the frame shift drive to come back online. So repairing twice for 10% will cost you more time than repairing once for 20. I think that's... this way of putting it makes the most sense, right?
Charging.
You just shouldn't run it down to 0, because if it hits 0 in a cone, yeah, you drop. The instant you hit 0 on the frame shift drive, you drop. No matter where you are, but usually the damage takes in the cone, so... And... while having a multi-crew member prevents malfunctions, it will not prevent the module from dying completely at 0. And you will drop, even if you have a multi-crew member.
This system contains 12 bodies.
So in case you didn't know, if you have a multi-crew member, you don't have module malfunctions.
Module malfunction. Frame shift drive
What the...
supercharged.
what?
Module malfunction. Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond safety limits. Module malfunction.
Can I get a route plot, please? Can I get a route plot, please? Can I get a route plot, please?
Warning, frame shift drive operating beyond
Thank you
safety
very
limits.
much.
Module malfunction.
So that is like 3% module damage on the FSD because it stayed in the cone for so long, roughly.
Frame shift drive
Oh, and
charging.
just as I decelerate, I get the jump off again. Hi, Noodle. What are you up to? Welcome in. Also, do you really have just a red dot as your profile picture? Or red? I mean, the chatbot makes it round. I don't know if they are... No, they actually are round on Twitch, right? Profile pics, avatars? Anyway, welcome in.
This system contains 5 bodies.
Module malfunction. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Module malfunction.
Give me a road, please. Ah, interesting. I think I have found a visual indication for when I can actually plot.
Module malfunction. Frameshift drive charging.
Wait, it malfunctioned again, right? Yeah. So this is probably the point where I start repairing. Or not. Or not. 69. Nice.
4, 3,
How many jumps left?
27 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Yeah, still aiming at 305. Yeah, I'm fine with 305. I roughly eyeballed 4 hours, and apparently 4 hours was way too generous. To be fair, that was before I saw an actual jump count. After seeing that, I was
This system contains 4 bodies.
estimating 3 hours.
Still querying EDSM for body count.
And without the disconnect and stuff in between, I would have even got 3 hours.
frameshift drive supercharged.
So the second this circle around the system and targeting shrinks, I can actually target it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, let's keep jumping. Because why not? I should probably also throttle up, right?
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
That's Space Madness, it's perfectly normal. Don't worry. Am I disconnecting again? No, good.
This system contains 32 bodies.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Module malfunction. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Module malfunction. Yep, so that seems to be the case. Good to know. So at least I found a way to know when I can plot. Doesn't solve the initial problem, but at least I know what to do to make it as efficient as I can with the issue.
FSD cooldown complete.
Damn, I had a look at the build earlier and I forgot to check what the maximum ammo for a 3AF Mu is. But I'm pretty sure it will last us through the run, so whatever. Also, fun fact, something to show you. So when you turn on the module, there's a indicator going all the way over, and then fast back, back to the thing. And you actually can't. I cannot.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
I can't jump now. Only after the indicator has gone back to the very left is the module actually on, while it claims to be on once it has reached the right. That's like, I don't know, half a second difference, but still, it's annoying.
Warning, 21% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
Good to know. So, refuel stop in 2 jumps. How many jumps left?
25 jumps remaining from current
Yeah,
neutron
24
waypoint.
now. Still on the 3-5. ETA is still 3 hours 5, Hojo. you happened to ask that as I was actually checking the ETA for myself.
This system contains 2 bodies.
So I won't make 3 hours, most likely, but 3 or 5 is realistic.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Well, now I could actually plot, but I... No! Fuck! I pressed the wrong button again. Curse you, broken stick!
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond
Oh,
safety limits.
and again. Muscle memory.
Frameshift drive
Warning,
charging.
21%
So that
fuel
is,
left. You can only make 1 more full range jump.
That was not good on the FST. Refuel next jump. So ETA is roughly 24 minutes now.
3, 2,
Which means I might not even get the 3 or 5 now that I did this little stunt. But I will definitely do it in less than 2.5 hours. Unless I do something really, really, really stupid. Like killing myself.
This system contains 5 bodies. EDSM only knows of 2.
warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Again. The actual tooltip takes longer than when I could plot. Just turn on hacks to make up time. Yeah, I kind of forgot to enable my FSD range cheats, sorry. Wait, did I not supercharge again? Yes, I did. What? What? Oh. Yeah, fuel. I remember. I remember. Crap. That's another minute lost.
Warning, 10% fuel left. You only have fuel for a last roughly 56 light years jump.
I completely forgot that I was out of fuel. Oh well. Also,
3, 2, 1, engage.
interesting. So, for everyone that wasn't here at the start, for some reason my quest decided to discharge itself overnight and was at 0% when I wanted to start the stream, so it's now actually on the wall charger instead of the battery pack on the back of my head. But it has charged to 79% and it has now stalled at 79%, which is a bit weird. But I guess that means I can do this, right?
Warning, temperature critical.
No more cable! I'm free! I'm free! Oh, right. Also, I'm hot, apparently. Hi. Hi, little ball of fire. Oh, you're so hot. 30 more of those, please. Nope. I'm going to just cook myself a little because why not? Why not?
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh my god, I already know a couple ships that will take a lot of heat damage on this trip.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Didn't expect this one to be a problem, but apparently it is. Oof. What surprised me, by the way, was that the ASP Scout wasn't on the list, but the Diamondback Scout was.
This system contains 9 bodies. System not found on EDSM.
Operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
How many jumps left?
22 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
There are more DBS fans than ASP as waypoints. I guess that's true. Waypoints? Fans. There are more DBS fans than ASP fans. I mean, the DBS used to be a popular PvP ship, right? Before night vision was a thing. When you could run cold and just put some rails on and snipe people from a distance. Mole. And the ASP Scout has always been kind of useless.
This system contains 23 bodies and 5 non-body signals.
Frameshift drive operating beyond
Oh, else.
60 minutes.
Sorry, I also need to remember to take a screenshot, not just for the challenge, but also so I can post on the Reddit under the title "Us in front of things." Am I doing it right? I bet people there won't even get it. But whatever, going to do it anyway.
20 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Well, thank you.
This system contains 22 bodies and 10 non-body signals. EDSM only knows of one.
So I'm looking at like 20 more minutes, but a couple of the last jumps will be regular jumps, not neutron boosted, so it's a little less than that. So I might still be able to make 3 or 5. The ASP does more things, none of them really good, but luckily many NPC are horrible combat pilots. I don't know. What does an ASP do that a DBS doesn't do? Well, there's one more of those. I should talk less and concentrate more. But hey, that's another minute lost, roughly, I guess. And I'm also going to loot this, apparently. No. Whoa! This thing really has great supercruise maneuverability. Holy shit! Ha! On any decent ship, I would have just gone right through that star. So, back to the question, what does the ASP Scout do that the DBS doesn't do? Even if they're both not doing them really well. Like, the ASP Scout has a class 5 slot over the DBS. I don't think it has any larger hard points than the DBS. I would be surprised if it jumped further.
This system contains 3 bodies.
I guess it does shield tanking better, right? Because class 5 shield tanks better than a class 4 shield.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Skybox bug again? One thing I don't like about being near the center is that the sky is no longer black because there are too many stars. And I think they cheated with that and just changed the skybox background color, but nonetheless, even if they did it correctly, quote unquote, with just stars changing the background color, I would still be the same. It's just brighter in the center, and I like black space.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I really like it in the fringes of the galaxy.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Welcome in, Punchback Ball. Even though I have no idea what that was supposed to mean.
This system contains 17 bodies.
Trying to remember where I know you from, but I'm really stoned. I think you have been following from way back when I was still doing German stuff, right? I don't even remember. I don't think I did Elite ever in German, did I? I don't think so. No, I did for a while, like a couple of months. But at some point I decided to just switch to German because to English because I was hanging out with English people anyway, or the English-speaking community, and not really the German one. Is there even a proper German community for Elite? I have no idea. Thank you, mod, for someone I watched a lot. I used to mod for Mel for the Win when he first decided to have mods. I was hanging out there anyway because I had really bad sleep problems at the time and was up at 2 to 5 a.m. or whenever he was streaming in European time. And I was like, hey, you're looking for mods, right? I'm hanging out anyway, so might as well. And apart from that, I have never modded in any other channel, I think. Apart from my own,
Warning,
which
20% fuel left.
hasn't
You can only
really
make one
ever
more full range
needed
jump.
some modding, but whatever. So yeah, Mouth for the Wind is the only channel I have ever modded in. And that was a long time ago.
15 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Twitch standards. Like, I don't know when he changed
This system
mods
contains
and
3 bodies.
had proper modding
Still
guidelines and
EDSM
stuff.
for body count.
And that has to be like 9 months ago or something. You keep thinking.
Warning, 20% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
But if you've not been following since I did German stuff, then I'm also confusing you with someone else. Whatever, welcome in.
Nearest scoopable star, Zunimi
Can you not,
LM-LC
Eddie?
21-4505,
Can you please not?
1.04 me.
On the other hand, I would have totally forgot to look for fuel cells. Come on. So, how far can I actually go? I cannot do 230. Can I do 222? I cannot. Fuck! It's saying 225, so I probably have like 210, right? $215 maybe? Nope. Oops, wrong button. There goes another minute. Game, please.
Warning, 9% fuel left. You only have fuel
So
for
that
a
is
roughly
interesting.
52 light years jump.
So apparently this range error in here also depends on what ship you're in. Because I know that I've seen that bug when ratting in an Anaconda, but it was always like 2-3 light years off. And now it's 15 light years off. Which is quite a lot. Right? What bug? If you have less fuel, not enough fuel for a full range jump, and you are supercharged. I actually have no idea if it also happens if you're not supercharged. But In your ship tab, you have a current range that will reflect the fact that you are below the maximum fuel for jump and will tell you a partial jump range with the fuel you have. But it is off when you are neutron boosted. For example, that time it told me, hey, you can jump 225 light years, and I couldn't even jump 215. 208 was in. I had that earlier when it said 210, and I could jump 195. So that number is off, and it is more off in the ASP Scout than it is in the Anaconda, for some random reason.
Warning, temperature critical.
Interesting, never bothered looking at right-hand panel. Yeah, I'm doing lots of neutron jumping regularly or semi-regularly on red cases, and because I'm never paying attention to anything, I often end up with less fuel than a full range jump, so I've had to look at that panel quite often. So I've noticed it's off. But as I said, usually I'm doing long range jumping in an Anaconda, and for the ASP Scout it seems to be more off for some random reason. Yeah, the reds do still exist, of course. No, that didn't die with fleet carriers. If anything, we have more requests now, because we also now get the people that get their fleet carriers stuck. That's the wrong fucking button. So I might as well keep supercharging and then plot. How many jumps left?
13 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
Yeah, I'm looking at 3 hours 10 now. Which is still better than 3.5 hours. Do the Reds at least make profit on tritium, or do they donate it? No, Fuel Red service is still free. And that... Well, let me put it this way. Technically, Fuel Reds don't do carrier rescues. But if you come in and you need tritium and someone is willing to do it, well, they'll do it, right? So there's no real standard operating procedures for that, but as it's still Reds and Red services are free, it's free.
This system contains 6
I have been... I have not done carrier rescues where you needed to bring your own carrier out. So I've not volunteered for those twice now, because I didn't feel like investing 200 million in tritium for someone who got their fleet carrier stuck. Or malfunctioned, so I am actually supercharged, yes. I wondered if I messed up the charge again. Interesting. I've also had the last carrier rescue I did do. There was 2 French guys in the carrier. They said they would donate some tritium to my carrier after, but I don't think they have. I had a buy order running for a couple of months. By default, I was just buying for 30,000 or 1,000 or something along the lines of that. And I don't think they actually did. But whatever, they're not required to,
This
right?
system contains 2 bodies. Still querying EDSM for body count.
And let's be honest, the actual cost of doing your red case is your time. Be that you jump out or that you manage your carrier jumping out there. The in-game cost in credits is not the issue. Not even for the carrier rescues.
Frameshift drive charging.
How many jumps left?
11 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
I probably have to repair once.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Looks like 310 might also still fall. I've gotten really sloppy the last like 45 minutes. I guess the
10 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
point where my focus starts to fail is at the 2 hours plus mark.
Warning, frameshift malfunction. Frameshift drive
So-
supercharged.
Good to know that, I guess.
Module malfunction.
Get out of this cone, align, get out a bit, throttle down,
Module malfunction.
and it malfunctioned again, so I'm going to drop and repair.
FSD cooldown complete.
10 jumps, right? How many jumps left?
10 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
So I'm probably also not going to make the 3 out of 10 mark. I could, though. No, I don't think it's worth cutting the repair close and hoping that I don't take too much FSD damage. I don't think that's worth it.
Module repaired. Thrusters online. Power plant capacity exceeded.
And again, it doesn't work. Now, it works now.
Frameshift drive charging.
We're getting there. Definitely faster than I feared it might be. But it's still taking long enough that I'm wondering why I'm even doing this.
This system contains 5 bodies.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Customize setting, enable hyperspace dethrottle.
Now applying hyperspace to throttle.
Death throttle. I could fix that, but I'm not sure if the same mistake is done by other voices, so I'm not going to bother. Especially because fixing it forever might be killing it for other voices, right? Oh, come on, game! Fuck you, game! Hojo, the game is actually trying to defend your time from me.
Power plant capacity exceeded.
Context on that is, I looked at the leaderboard and chose all the ships that weren't in there. But between me looking at the leaderboard and me actually building this ship, Hojo went ahead and did a Buckyball in an ASP Scout. So there's a time now. It's not in the leaderboard yet, but there is a time that I have to beat, which is 3 hours 35, I think, if I remember that correctly. That bribe to FDS paid off. Certainly feels like it, doesn't it? I think I will definitely do the next one off stream and see if that makes it better. Oh, that bug. So when you relog,
This system contains 3 bodies.
you get a nice little
Still
comms
very
panel
body
bug
count.
that steals all your frames until you open and close the comms panel.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
That's also a thing. I didn't know why they haven't fixed that bug yet. That bug is at least as old as my account, which is, well, almost 2 years now.
Frameshift drive charging.
So when you glance at your comms panel and it doesn't say chat main or whatever chat you have selected, and instead it says test, you will be running at like 10 FPS until you open and close the comms panel like this once. That not only happens on a disconnect, but also quite often on a relog. But it doesn't happen all the time on a relog. So I'm not exactly sure what
This
is
system contains 2
the
bodies.
issue there.
Still
But
varying
it's a
EDSM for
really,
body
really
counts.
annoying bug. Especially if you don't know about it, don't realize that your comms panel is fucked and just wonder why you're suddenly sitting at 10 FPS. Oh. Well, that's gonna take a while.
Warning, crew shift drive operating beyond safety limits.
How many jumps left?
7 jumps remaining from current neutron waypoint.
So yeah, that's gonna take a while. There's the another benefit in using the Galaxy router, which is literally plotting you system by system. If you don't have to plot a route near the center, you are not going to run into this issue here. Because you can just target the next system. Come on. Little fuck! Come on, really, game?
Crew shift drive charging.
That took a long time. That's a brown dwarf I'm jumping to. Also, that's 6 jumps, so that's 1 less than Spench estimated. So if you're wondering what happened there, Spench looked at the distance between my current location and Sagittarius A star, and looked at how many jumps that will take with the ship's jump range and an efficiency of 90%. So I have 58 light years, or let's say 60, that makes the math easier, right? So when I have a ship with 60 light years, Spench assumes that you can actually
system
only
contains
jump
19
90% of that
System not
towards a
found on
target
ESM.
per jump, because you're not going in a straight line. So in the center of the galaxy, you can actually go straighter than the plotter assumes. So where the plotter assumed I would need 7 jumps, or actually only need 6 here.
Warning, 14% fuel left.
If you're in
Only make
a
one more
region
full
of the
range
galaxy that is extremely sparse, or if your range is exceedingly low, you might look at more jumps than the plotter estimates for you. And that is because the neutron router is literally only looking at neutron stars and not on the
This
stops
system
you have to
contains
make in
28
between.
bodies. System not
Either
found
for
on
fuel
EDSM.
or because they are the neutron stops are too far from each other to jump in one go.
Crew shift drive.
And that's an M, so I can get fuel there, so I don't have to wait. That's good. So that is literally 4 jumps left, which means we are going to cross the 310 line, but we are going to make it less than 315.
Warning, 22% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
I guess that will still count as a success then, right? And without the issues and with a little more concentration, I would have been able to do 3 hours. So that's interesting. That is a figure I can aim for with the other ships that have a comparable jump range. So that is now 3 more
This
jumps.
system contains
So
2
I need
bodies.
to get about 3 jumps worth of fuel, and then I can just ignore fuel scooping, which is,
Crew shift drive.
well, about 5 seconds ago. The next one is a K, but I don't have to actually scoop anything there because I have enough fuel to reach my target. Which means we are going to need way less than 3 minutes.
Warning, 24% fuel left. You can
And
only
that's
make one
the
more full
310
range
mark.
jump.
Crossed. The fact that my very first attempt was sub 4 hours made me very happy. Yeah, I can relate to that. Because my rough ballpark estimate was 4 hours too, and I'm also very happy that I'm not taking 4 hours.
This system contains
So
3
yeah, I
bodies.
can understand you.
Still varying
completely there.
EDSM for body count. Warning, 24% fuel left. You can only make one more full range jump.
We're almost there, boys. Almost there. 2 more jumps.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
But I fear if you're going to do it in a gunship, dropship, whatever you wanted to earlier, that will take way more than 4 hours. You're looking more at 6 there.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
This system contains
Jump
27
and ready.
bodies. Jump primed.
Frame shift drive
Warning,
charged.
12% fuel left. You only have fuel for a last roughly 61 light years
So
jump.
yeah, 312. Nice. Officially, it's going to be a few more seconds than what the timer says. The timer is down there for me, by the way, if you're wondering. I think it's there for you, right? But it's down there below my radar for me. The official time will be a little longer because it is between the station services screenshot and the Galaxy Map screenshot at Sergey, while I am timing between
Target system reached.
the undock
You have been on this
and
trip for 3
the,
hours and 19 minutes. Neutron jump mode disengaged.
Take screenshot. Take screenshot. I hope that is okay. While the official time is between the station services screenshot and the other screenshot. And the Galaxy Map screenshot. So let's see if those shots are actually acceptable. If not, I'm going to be pissed and I'm going to lose a lot of time. Yeah, that's okay. That works. Great. And that's less than 312. Nice. Yes, that really was not too stressful. It was way more chill than I had feared it might be. Where's my chat gone? So interesting that SteamVR took this moment to crap out and not any other earlier.